very special episode of Here's What I Stand For. And today we have another special guest, because all my guests are special. The brother I never asked for. My Irish twin.
Sister I always knew I never wanted.
Michael Reed. Okay, so we're going to do something different.
Okay.
I don't have my cue cards. So we're just going to have a conversation.
All right.
And anytime I say or
bump you.
Not too hard because you get carried away.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right.
What's going on, my TikTok people?
Yeah, he's live.
So I'm going live doing this.
I have to introduce you.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so this is Michael Reed of Reed Wholesale and Flipper's Paradise.
Yes.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
And, just start off by telling us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so she already started it off. Reed's Wholesale is my liquidation company. So I started a liquidation company in 2020. It kind of took off in a way I never imagined it taking off. So Reed's Wholesale was literally a manifestation of everything. It kind of proved to me that I was exactly who I knew that I was. Mm-hmm. So that went crazy. And like I said, it's a liquidation business. The next thing is Flipper's Paradise. Flipper's Paradise is a community of people, and what we do is flip, but it's going to be like an online education. It's the education you wish you would have gotten, right? For about $300 a year.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. So right now we teach flipping pallets. I want to say Flipper's Paradise so bad, but we teach flipping pallets. We teach how to go from 0 to 6 figures a year using only Facebook Marketplace, because that's what I did. When I first got started, I went from buying and reselling all on Facebook Marketplace, making a living, going from $2,000-$3,000 a month to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month to $9,000 to $12,000 a month. Then I discovered flipping pallets, and then we also talk about flipping cell phones and other electronics. And so we run through all of these things, and what happens is flipping electronics is my absolute favorite one of them all.
I'm sure.
You know. Y'all might not know, but she knows for sure. And so that's what Flipper's Paradise is. That's what Reed's Wholesale is. And
so how did you, prior to Reed's Wholesale, how did you get into it and start making that? Were you already making $2,000 to $3,000 a month? Or how did you even get, you were selling on Facebook Marketplace, I get that, but what were you doing prior to the Reed's Wholesale?
So I had a disc duplication company. I was duplicating all of the CDs and stuff like this for all of the artists in Kansas City. I had contracts with 7 record labels here in Kansas City. And so all of the artists, when they went on tour, you'd be surprised how many people go on 20 and 30 city tours you've never heard of.
Here in Kansas City?
Yes,
that's amazing.
So it's crazy. And I got into it because my brother was doing it. I remember in high school, he was like, burn me these CDs. And my brother was one of the very first people on LimeWire. He was a hip hop head before hip hop head.
I remember LimeWire.
All that, right? As soon as the internet touched, he was like, I bet you I can find this music. He was one of those people. And so he kind of put me on that. And so what I would do in school, I would just burn people's CDs. And then what happened was...
You were selling those?
Yeah, somebody was like, can you make me a mixtape? And then give you the list of songs to make.
I remember.
Yeah, right? I'm like, man, $10.
Right.
They just like that. And so I was like, okay, I can make money doing this. And then one day what happened was one of my friends, he wanted to sell his CD. And he was like, you think you can make me 10 copies of my CD? I was just like, yeah. I'm like, I don't see why not. Right? And so I'm just like, okay, well, how much you gonna sell it for? And then he was like, well, I'm going to sell it for, I think it was $10 at the time or something, back when CDs was high. And so he was like, I'm gonna sell it for $10. Don't nobody know me yet. I'm trying to get going. Cool. I'm like, all right, well, $5 a CD. So I made $50, and I'm just like, I could probably do this. Everybody was a rapper.
Yeah.
So everybody was a freaking rapper, right? And so I'm just like, all right. Hey, y'all want y'all CDs done? I can do them for you.
Right.
And so what happened was, it was terrible because I'm trying to burn CDs on this slow computer. So if I had 3 people who want their CD done, if I needed 30 copies, it would take me 3 days.
Oh my goodness.
Because I had to do it after school,
Right.
after homework was done, after every ripping and running. And so I would burn their CD, but it would just do one at a time. And when CDs was first popping, it was not a fast process.
No, and LimeWire wasn't.
No, and then you had to get their music, and then you had to download their music, and it was a headache. The beginning of it was, once you got all their stuff on your computer, it was okay. I didn't know it was a headache. I thought I was flying through it, though. Back then, now I realize it was a headache. And so we were just doing the thing, and then the Popper and DJ Street Kings, they were like selling this mixtape. And it was like, you want to sell this mixtape? I'm like, sure. Because they used to put them in Seventh Heaven, and Seventh Heaven used to
I
sell
remember
them.
Seventh Heaven.
Right. And so what happened was...
Is they still around?
Yeah, they are still around.
Cool.
And so Seventh Heaven would sell all of these mixtapes. And so the people who was giving them the mixtapes, their best-selling mixtapes, they were starting giving them to me. And I think it was $2 a piece, and I could sell them for whatever. And I think Seventh Heaven was selling for $13.99, $14.99, or something like that. So I was selling for $10, like crazy. But I would sell them every single day, like ridiculous. I sell 30, 40 a day.
Wow.
I'm making $300-$400 a day, right? They sell them to me for $2, $2 or $3. And so I'm giving them their money, and they come and get. So I was like, hey, hold on. How the hell can y'all give me so many CDs so fast? I'm all night long burning 10 CDs. You just gave me 50, and I sold most of them, and you just gave me 50 more.
Right.
And then I sold them, and then you gave me 50 more, and gave my brother 50. What's going on?
Right.
Somebody tell me something, please, because right now I'm working real hard.
Right.
And so they put me in contact with this company called Disc Makers. And that's where a lot of people went to go get their CDs done and all this other stuff.
Gotcha.
But they sold standalone CD and DVD duplicators. And so no computer needed, no nothing. You literally plug it up into the wall. You put the once you have the CD, you put the CD up top, and then you put the blank CD in the bottom, and it will print it off. You can get the cheapest one, it'll print. Just put one at a time, and it'll take like 4 or 5 minutes.
That's easy.
So now I can print your 10 in an hour. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay. And then, so what was going on now is people are like, Mike, I need my picture on the CD. You remember that? And so what I did was Disc Makers had another one, and they were like $1,300, $1,400. And so like I was making a few $100s a day, but I was always spending. And then everybody in my family was poor. So I was always getting a bill on, doing this, just taking care of my people, right?
Yeah.
Which apparently I still do, right? And so I never had a bunch of money early on. And then my cousin was stealing from y'all. We ain't gonna talk about that. And so what was going on is this. I'm like, okay, I gotta save with this money so I could do it. But now I'm selling their CDs back to them for $5 and $6 a piece. They got the picture.
Right.
I discovered Micro Center early. I would go get the jewel cases, and they had the CDs I need to be printed on. I'm like, bro, Micro Center is a godsend. And so what I was doing, I went through and I would print off one at a time, and it would print like it was a fast printer. Like, let's say full cover disc. You talking about like maybe 10 seconds a disc? It'll just print that sucker, spit it out, boom, 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 boom. They had a really good one that was a few $1,000s. It will print the disc and then it will burn it for you. I didn't have that kind of money yet though, so I just printed them off, and as it was coming out, I would just burn them.
Oh, okay.
I had the whole 100 done before I get 2 or 3 CDs done. But whole 100 be printed. I burned the rest of them, and it worked out really good. And then I knew they had bigger ones. So I got a 3 burner, and then I got a 7 burner, then I got a 10 burner, and then I had called daisy chain, where you can connect all the burners together. So I went from burning 10 to burning 30 at a time. And then the price of CDs just kept going down.
Oh, really?
So I'm making more money, charging more money, and my cost is going down and down and down and down and down. And so from 18 to 28, 29, that's what I did.
Okay. And then how did you transition into flipping pallets and electronics and stuff like that?
So I got into flipping just in general. I was always selling something. I remember selling their CDs and stuff like this. And so I'm always selling something. I always made money. 18 or 19 probably to 28, 29, made 6 figures every year.
Selling stuff.
And then I was bought through parties, and I was a photographer, and the whole 9 yards, right?
Jack of all trades.
We was hustling.
Like, you need a photographer at your party?
No, it's my party. You want a picture while you
need
here?
A picture at my party? I got you.
Don't even trip. We used to do the whole CBE. We had the Sprint Center a lot.
I don't know what CB is.
The Sprint Center?
I know this. Well, now T-Mobile Center.
It's T-Mobile Center now. It was the Sprint Center before.
What's the CBE?
CBE, College Basketball Experience, which is the stadium. So you had the whole Sprint Center, and then you had like a smaller portion of it where they had a college basketball tournaments.
Okay.
And so we would rent that out 2 weekends a month, 4, 5, 6 months in a row, and just throw parties. Okay. My goal every June was to make $30,000 because selling CDs in December, January, February was slow. But I still needed a good Christmas, so I wasn't going to be playing around. So every June, I made $30,000, no matter what, at least. We would do anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000 in sales as far as the disc duplication. Take it back. On average, we average about $13,000 in profit a month. Through a good portion of that course. And then what happened was we would do parties. And so every other weekend we would do a party, make another maybe 8 to 10 grand a month doing parties. And then we would do photography at all the parties. We made $2,000 every night we had a party. Easy.
Just on photography?
Yeah, we had it set up. We had the backdrops, whatever the theme was, and we charged $20 a photo. Oh. Okay. Yeah, come over here with your photo. You printed it too? We printed them too. Right. We had the little printers, everything. Okay. We thought we was hip. I remember the cameras.
In LA.
No, the cameras that had Bluetooth came out that would connect to the printer. Oh, we thought we was killing the game. Nobody printing off no pictures like that.
They used to back in the day.
Yeah, but we were some of the first ones. That's how we felt. Yeah. With the Bluetooth. Yeah. Nobody else had Bluetooth. You had to go and connect it. Yeah. At first, we were switching our cards. Every time we took a picture, we would switch our cards to put the picture on the printer. And then, And then it would print it off. When that picture's done, swap it back out so that we can keep on taking these pictures. Right. And so that's what we did. And we just kind of ran it up. But my problem was this. I knew for a fact that I should be rich. I'm like, bro, I should be rich. Everybody was like, oh, Mike, you're doing amazing. Man, look at you compared to these people and da-da-da-da-da. And nobody's making this kind of money like you, which is true, right? Everybody who made the kind of money I made or the kind of money I was aspiring to make went to the feds. They straight to the feds. Like, I'm starting to catch some of them now, like just randomly being out. Like, bro, I ain't seen you in 15 years. My man. How you doing? How you doing? You know what I'm saying? And so, I'm just like, okay, I cannot go to jail. That is out of the question. I'm never going to jail. Unless it's for a little tussle or something like that. Because I'm not going to jail. Like, I'm going to have to spend time there. No. Like, live there? Completely out of the question. Like, y'all going to feed me? No. If I have to go to jail and they have to feed me, I done messed up. I am not going to jail. I'm going to sit there long enough to have to eat. Determined. Okay? Like, I'm not eating today. I just won't eat. Not eat. I'm going to be out of here fast enough. I'm just like, eat. Don't worry about it. So I'm not going to do something that really puts me in risk of going to jail. I knew that. I'm not going to jail. So drugs on the table. Scamming back then was like MySpace. The people trying to get married to you. Like, that was it. You don't remember that? No. like the Nigerian people, they would like marry me. I give you some money. Oh, they want their green card. That was a scam. Like you marry these people and they go and live their life, but you get money so that they can come over here to America.
Did they give the people money?
No.
I was about to say.
Yeah, so they was like, but we need money to get all this stuff set up, and then when we get here, because it's supposed to be like a prize, paying people to move here type deal. So they try to get you out of like $1,000 or something like that, but you gonna get 30.
They try to do me like that on Craigslist. Not a married thing, but I was selling my furniture on Craigslist, and it was like, well, you have to pay me this much money, and then I'll send it back to you in order to ship it. Like, it was something weird. I'm like, absolutely not.
No.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Not a chance.
No.
And so it was either scamming back then, doing some other type of illegal activities, but we was in the hood. We didn't get none of the good illegal activities. That was reserved for the other folks. Couldn't get in on none of those. Or sell drugs, and I wasn't going to do that neither, because that was just completely out of the picture, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, well, I'm going to do these CDs. I started making good money, though. And when we got done doing that, my thing was, like I said, I know I'm supposed to be rich. I'm supposed to be rich. I'm not supposed to be okay. I'm not supposed to be making $118,000 to $160,000 a year, which is good money, which is crazy money for when I first started. I had terrible spending habits. My cost of living, bro, I was spending like $5,000, $6,000 a month eating out.
What was you doing?
I'd eat Cheesecake Factory for breakfast. I eat Fogo for lunch. And then I'd be at like Bristol's or something like that for dinner.
Every day.
Every single day. Bro, listen, for like 4 years straight, I didn't even know what fast food was. 4 or 5 years, I didn't eat fast food for like 4 or 5 years.
Like fast food as in like McDonald's?
Like McDonald's and like Little Quick, anything with a regular, if you could drive through this one, I didn't eat it. You ain't have to park and be seated. I wasn't even there.
Do you aspire to get back to that point?
No, I don't ever want to be right there.
Well, you might as well just get a
that was so terrible as far as money management, bro. Yeah. It was messed up.
Yeah.
And so, like, my food bill now is probably like $3,000 a month.
But you got 10 kids.
But it's 6 of us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So $3,000, maybe $35 a month. It's 6 of us, but we never eat out neither, though. Like, how often? Well, we got that J's the other day, but we almost never eat out. We maybe grab something to eat out, a couple times a month? Tasia more than me. Because she ain't got no self-discipline. She won't even take food with her. Oh, my God. And so, that was bad. I was paying $2,200 rent, like, in 2010.
That's, where were you living? In
over
2010?
in the park.
What was that, like a penthouse suite?
Yeah, I had a 5-bedroom house.
In 2010, you were paying, it was a 5-bedroom house. Okay.
I had a 5-bedroom house in 2010 living by myself.
Okay.
Because I was a moron.
That's understood.
It's not understood.
No. Like, it's what you were paying for is understood.
Okay.
But,
it was definitely like
ridiculous.
It was definitely like.
You wasn't living by yourself. People was in there with you.
No, almost no. I've never been that type. No? I don't like the people.
You don't like the people?
No, like just come and stay with me? No.
You don't like the people?
No. How much company did I have while you lived here? Exactly. And I'm way worse now than I was then.
Yeah.
And so that tells you
like,
something.
let me come spend the night.
Never. Never. It was never acceptable. So nobody spend the night, nothing. So that was.
So that was kind of ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
You could have been spending like half of that.
I could have had regular rent, like $500-$600 rent.
Yeah.
Like a regular person.
Yeah.
In 2008, 9, 10.
Yes.
Yeah, like it's crazy. And so I had crazy rent. I always had a couple cars. That's why I don't do no car payments now. I'm paying $800-$900 a month for car payments.
Back then you were?
Back then. Now the car payment will be what, like $1,400, $1,500, $1,600? What's a $50,000 car payment?
I don't know.
I don't know neither.
A lot?
Probably, yeah. I would imagine. Pay cash. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
But and so just terrible spending habits. I was spending all my money, but everybody was like, "You're doing so good. I catch nothing but praise and doing all of this." But deep down, I knew that I was just like, I need more, and I could do more.
Mm-hmm.
But when I grew up, I was moved out. I was by myself. The first time all my utilities was on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I never had that growing up. Like growing up, one utility was off every single time.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried our hardest for it not to be the lights. Because how we gonna eat?
Right.
All the food gonna go bad.
Right.
Yeah. And so, but it was off sometimes though, I'll tell you that. Gas was off a lot.
Yeah, we had the gas off a few times. We had to all sleep in my mama's room with the heater. But I was young, so it was just like a good time to me because my mama was like, "You're not sleeping in the bed with me ever. Don't even go in my room."
Right. That's why I'm getting up with the kids. I'm like, boy, yo,
Get out of my room. So to me, it was like a good time.
Oh, you was having a blast.
Right.
I was having an adventure.
When you hit that door, the Frigidaire. But yeah.
But it wasn't even a bad experience because it was fast.
Right. It wasn't.
No,
it only happened maybe like once or twice.
Yeah, like I would go all winter with no heat. We have a kerosene heater in the house, like the one from my shop.
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that. So terrible.
Yeah.
That's why I don't never get cold. I was conditioned. I was raised in the cold.
We gonna save that for another.
Yeah, and so but every time I'm talking, everybody is super proud. Everybody is super appreciative for what I do. Everybody is so surprised by what I'm doing and things like this. Mm-hmm. And what's going on now is like, why would you leave this to go do something else when you've never seen nobody be successful in anything?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You found something that, like, at this point, you don't know if it's luck.
Right.
You don't know if you're supposed to ride this thing out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing. You didn't go to school for business. You're not college educated.
Mm-hmm.
Your mama and your daddy smoked dope. You ain't even had no parents growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then everybody, right? I'm doing. So I'm doing amazing. Mm-hmm. Don't mess this up. Like that's it. Don't mess it up, bro. That's it, right? And that's what everybody was kind of putting on me. Don't mess it up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm overwhelmingly lucky, overwhelmingly blessed. Don't mess it up.
Yeah.
Because you'll never get something like that. That was the energy. Like you will never, like what you have right here, you'll never find again, bro. Mm-hmm. Like you're 21, 22, 23, and you're making 100,000 plus a year. You'll never find this again. Don't mess it up, right? And so it kept me stuck there for a long time. Mm-hmm. And so after a while, what happened was, and I'm sounding ungrateful, but I started making $6,000-$7,000 a month, right? Mm-hmm. Because it's 2017, 18, cars don't even got CD players in it no more. People was coming to buy 1,000 discs to sell on tour, mm-hmm. to come in to buy 1,000 discs to get 500 away and try to sell the other 500.
Yeah.
To buying 1,000 discs to only selling a couple hundred to try to pay for the disc.
Right.
To being like, bro, why don't y'all just follow me on Spotify?
Right.
Why don't you just hop on Apple Music and just, you know what I'm saying, download my stuff?
My music.
Yeah, why don't you just stream my music? Where they gonna play it? Can't play it. Bro, I stopped selling and duplicating CDs in 2019. I hadn't listened to a physical CD in like 3 years. I'm like, it's over.
Yeah.
And so my family was like, no, you gotta ride it till it's gone. I'm just like, nah, it's over. It's over now. It's like, nah, bro, you make $6,000-$7,000 a month. You still in there. I'm like, so here go the asshole part. I'm just like, bro, I'd rather make no money than to settle for this punk ass $6,000 a month. Because I know, and I've been holding back. I could have been doing what I was doing. Mm-hmm. I could have been elevated way past where I'm at now.
TJ Maxx.
You feel me?
It'd be MR
Marshalls or something.
To the max.
You feel me? And so what's going on is just like, all right, well now I got to step out. And so God is like, all right, you gonna step out? Let's see if you really about it. And so 2019, I closed the business down. I take my daughter to go see her mama. I'm spending money at the hotel, spending money on the rental, spending money staying down there, come back. My transmission went out, but I spent money on moving. Mm-hmm. I lost money because I closed the shop down. Mm-hmm. I went to real estate school. Mm-hmm. She got pregnant. And my transmission went out on my truck. We totaled her car. Mm-hmm. Moved all my stuff that I had. Because my thing was I was never good at managing money. I can't manage no money. I'm better now, but I can't manage no money. Never manage no money. Ain't even interested in managing no money. If I'm being honest, right? So what I used to always do was keep inventory. So I would make $5,000-$6,000 more doing that, but then I could also on the side flipping through Facebook Marketplace, finding just little lots and stuff like this, which I didn't realize back then they was getting pallets. I'm buying from people who getting pallets. I just wasn't aware that it even existed yet.
Yeah.
And so I'm buying all this stuff and I'm just reselling it and I'm making a killing, right? And so I close the shop down. I move all my inventory into a warehouse. A fire happens.
The warehouse?
The night after I close the shop down, the next day, everything is moved into the new warehouse. The day after that, the fire is there and I lose everything.
In the new warehouse?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I just lost everything. I ain't got no transmission on my truck. So I can't even go and hustle and make the money. As long as you got a truck, you can make some money. No, I ain't even got no truck. I need a few $1,000s for that. I just spent a ton of money moving all my stuff to the shop, paying movers to move out of my apartment, coming back from out of town, staying for a month with Nevaeh and Alyssa and all this other stuff, and then closing my shop and not making no money while I was gone, coming back, closing the shop, and then just cashing all kind of bread. And so there goes my not managing no money.
Yeah.
Blew me in the backfire, but it's okay. I don't care, right? And so I'm just like, well, we're going to figure this out. Then Tasia's pregnant. She's stressed out because we broke. And then we total her car. So now we ain't got no car, no truck, no nothing. This baby on the way. And I finally, at the end of December, get my stuff done. Oh, this is August, September, October, November. Like, we just getting hit back to back to back to back to back to back. Like, life ran our ass out. But I'm going into this real estate. And God is like, well, you sure? Yeah. So Tasia's like, how are you not stressed out? Like, I'm built for this shit. Firstly, but you know, it's also easy too because I've been poor, not broke, poor. Broke is one thing. You still live how you live. You just can't splurge on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro, I was poor. Like, I know what it's like to live winters with no heat. I know what it's like having to go to your people's house to take showers. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like having to turn the stove on to boil your water so you can take a bath, right? I know what it's like going 3-4 years at all without getting no clothes, having to go steal your shoes. You know what I'm saying? So like this right here, like being broke because everything went bad, like, okay, it sucked. But what you gonna do?
Right.
You gonna not live now? No. As long as I'm not going to prison, as long as my life is not in danger, shit just not that bad. And so we're gonna keep it pushing, we're gonna do our thing. And 2019, December 2019, I stumbled across this dude. I was stalking him. I'm not gonna lie. I just stumbled across his ass. We was business partners. He just didn't fucking know it yet. And it was hotel liquidation. I'm okay. I was at the warehouse.
Him on Facebook?
I was stalking him in real life.
He lived here?
No, he lived in Texas. But I was trying to figure out who he was. And I was trying to figure out where he was at and how I can get in contact with him because we're business partners. And
you just don't know.
He just don't know we business partners yet. But when we talk, he'll know. I just need to find out who he is. And so it was a hotel liquidation thing. It said it on there. And so I went out there with my dad and we sold something. That's when I seen it. I'm like, yo, because I just got my truck back and I started buying appliances off Facebook Marketplace. And I'm like, yo, he got like 40 refrigerators in here. The exact same refrigerator. I need these refrigerators.
All 40 of them?
All 40. I need all 40 refrigerators.
Okay.
Then I was selling nightstands like crazy, right? Easy 200 nightstands. I can see 200 nightstands. I'm like, I need all 200 nightstands too. Because what the hell he doing with them? They sitting here. They've been sitting here for months. And
how did you know that?
Because the dude told me.
Oh, okay.
I was like, okay, cool. What's his number? He wouldn't give me his number. So I'm out here doing a property search on who owns the whole property because I need to know who his tenant is in this thing. So I'm hunting this man down. And because like when you find a lead, you gotta hit that lead. Right. I'm hunting this man down. He's like, I'm not giving you my tenants, sir. it's in the best interest of your tenant for you to give me his contact information.
That is in the best interest of your tenant.
It is. That is my business partner, long lost.
Never had folks.
That's my long lost business partner. Okay? And so everything go left, right, whatever. So dude, one of the property manager, he's like, oh, he was just up here. Cool. When he coming back? I don't know. Da, 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 da. So now I'm just sitting up here. Whenever I'm not selling something, I'm sitting in the parking lot. Because
and this is in Texas.
No, he's from Texas. The thing is here in Kansas City.
Oh, it's here. Okay,
yeah.
I'm with you.
And so now I'm just like, all right, cool. So finally, one of the other guys who just kind of worked it, he went in, ran up on him immediately. I know he's not the owner, but you're selling stuff. I mean, you can get in contact with this man. You have a key. Give me his information. No, listen, I want to buy all of the refrigerators today. First off, I got like $400.
I was wondering, I'm like, okay, you just got your transmission fixed. Where
I don't have no money, okay? I have no money. Doing everything not to be behind no rent. I was just paying my bills right before they getting cut off. I want to buy all 40 in the refrigerator today. He's like, oh shit. And so he takes my number and then the guy calls me.
Okay.
Best news ever. He calls me and tells me he's not selling me none of the motherfucking refrigerators. Good, because I can't afford them. I can't afford one. You feel me? And so I'm like, what's up with these nightstands? And then he had mirrors and he had king size beds. He said, I can sell you the king size bed $75 a piece. Or no, $25 a piece is what it was.
Mattress or?
Mattresses.
Okay.
Was it box springs? Oh, and I had box springs too.
Okay.
I can sell you the king size mattress and box springs, $25 a set. I'll take all of them.
That's not bad.
Fuck no.
That's your little $400 right there.
No, it was like 100 of them.
Oh.
It was like 140 of them.
You bought all of them?
Yes, every single one of them. Just not that day. And so, look, this is what happened, right? So I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take them all. So he made a mistake. So we out there, we grabbing them. So I got my truck and trailer. And so I got a 12.
Is that what saved you? Because you can't pick them. You can't pick them all up at.
Can't make them all up at one time.
So I'm gonna give you what I can give you, and then I'm
gonna fill up all my stuff.
Okay.
So I came with a truck and a 20-foot trailer. I came with another truck and a 12-foot trailer. So 2 beds, 2, 4, 6, 8 beds, 2 sets on the back. So 10 on this one, 10, 11, 12, 14 on the other one.
Okay.
Right. And so we got 24 sets. And he was like, what we gonna do is this. You're gonna pay this price for the beds, and as you keep on buying them, I'll rebate you. So basically, you buy more, I give you some money, a little more money out, a little more money out, a little more money out. And then what'll happen is at the end, when you come, I'll either give these to you for free to equal out the extra money you paid me. But he ended up putting the wrong beds on my thing, and he didn't want to like take them off. And he was like, bro, just give me what I said, the $25 a set. Thank goodness.
Yeah, right.
Because I definitely didn't come with no extra money. You feel me? And so we went and I posted a post on Facebook Marketplace, and I boosted the post on Facebook Marketplace, and I never took none of the beds off the truck. I literally sold every single bed I had on the truck that day, and then next day I went and bought.
What were you selling them for?
$75.
Oh yeah.
For a king size mattress and box spring.
That's a steal.
Yeah, like $2,000 beds.
Yeah.
But I'm tripling my money.
Right.
Right? And so I'm selling like crazy. So this is now January, because I told you I was stalking his ass in December. So this is January, coming into February. So they finally, I've been hearing about COVID. America ain't really hip on COVID, but I'm buying stuff from China. I'm buying fake AirPods. I'm buying a little other this and that and woo. I'm buying stuff from China so I can hustle. And China in December is like, bro, ain't nothing else we can do for you. We shutting down. Like, they was already telling me about it. Like October, November, but December, they like, we are done. We can't send nothing. We can't even go to work. Don't contact us. We'll contact you.
We in the house.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. But the liquidation came through right on time. Cool. And so, first off, I'm behind on lights, gas, water, insurance, I'm behind on everything, right? So this is January, coming in February. So February, we get to rolling. I'm starting to make some money, and I'm paying off my credit cards I use to get my truck right. You know what I'm saying? I got to start putting some money together for Tasia because we told her car, so we got to buy her the car. Baby Michael here, daycare whooping our butt still. I was like, okay, dang. Then COVID hit here. It's like, can't kick nobody out of the house. They can't turn the utilities off. Motherfucker.
Boy, you're lucky. You're lucky.
You talking about luck being on my side. I'm like, oh yeah, nigga. Bro, listen,
That's wild.
I didn't pay one bill the whole time COVID was cracking.
That's what, 2 years?
It was like 18 months. Not 18 months though. No, I lied. So however long until we moved here, I didn't pay no bills.
What happened to the bills? Because I don't know.
I paid it.
Oh, you did pay it.
I did. But it was just like, you don't have to pay it, they can't turn it off. They gotta tell me 2 times. Because I ain't paying nothing to motherfuckers. Right now I need every single dollar I can get to get back on my feet. And so please, I ain't paying none of them bills. Not one. Didn't feel no type of way about it, nothing. They ain't even look at them. When they called me one day,
Final notice.
Well, they called me one day. It was like, boy, we outside. I called the gas man in the driveway. Bro, I'm about to call right now. You can leave. I was like, bro, I got to turn it off. I said, no, because I had to pay extra to turn it back on, baby. Leave. Or we going to tussle in the driveway. I hate to assault you. You say you was breaking in my house. But if I beat your ass, I'm calling the police right now. That's we it. And so, bro, don't judge me. But, and so, all right, cool. Right, gas bill. 2 months later, here come the what's the name bill? Bro, I lived in apartments and like rented houses for people so long, I forgot I had a water bill.
Yep.
Wasn't even in my name. It was in Tasia's name. It was her water bill. But come home, we ain't got no water.
They turned the water off.
I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? First off, I ain't even checking the mail for that because I ain't never had a water bill.
Right.
Or is water and sewers is just added into the rent.
Right.
But I'm like, why the water off? What the heck is going on? And Paige was like, oh, dang, I didn't pay the water bill. I looked at the water bill. You ain't never paid the water bill. She ain't paid this water bill since we moved together. We've been together 2 years. This water bill is crazy. Cause they would have killed me for that water bill right there. They just let her ride the water out. Like, I ain't never said, you know how you be like, bro,
how much was it?
Cause she was making payments on it for a long time. And then I ended up hitting with like a little something, like $800, $900 to finish it off.
No.
I'm like, bro, come on now. They would have never let me.
That's so funny.
My light bill was 2 months behind. That's about $600. Her stuff was 2 years.
Like
it was like they said, sir, you better come cut your stuff off. They let her slide for 2 years. I'm like, boy, they hate me so much. But so what's going on after that is now I'm getting all my stuff together. January, February, March, I stumbled across a video, and cause see, I'm looking, like I said, real estate shut down. There's nothing. You can't be a realtor. They don't want you in the office. Ain't nobody trying to sell no houses right now. Nothing. Ain't nobody even start getting no money yet. You know what I mean? People are just not figuring out. Me and Tasia going through it because I'm at home all day. And apparently I drive her crazy if I'm at home all day. Because we just spent 8 years together and I'm gone. I'm outside. I'm hustling. I'm working. I'm putting in hours every single day. We enjoy the shit out of each other when I get here. But I'm irritated apparently from here all day long, every single day. I don't need your cosign.
I get that.
So we going through it. And I run across a video because I'm up hustling 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm back home 9. Like, I'm gone at 7. I'm back home at 9. And then I'm doing homework and research to 2. And then I go to bed 2:30ish after I shower. And if I don't shower, I don't even come to bed. I'll just sleep on the floor because I can't get in the bed dirty.
I get that.
I'll just be laying out, wake up, and go. For real, I'm like, I'm too tired to even take a shower sometimes. So that's where we was at, right? And I stumbled across this video. It was a YouTube video, and the dude mentioned a Facebook group called Product Sourcing 101. And I was just like, rewind that. Let me go type that in. I typed it in. It was liquidation. I found the warehouse in Kansas, Kairos Wholesale. I bought my first pallets at the end of March. You know, really, COVID had just kicked off.
Right, yeah.
I ain't even supposed to be outside. I spent a few weeks at home. Like, I ain't gonna make it through this relationship. I got to stay at home all day long. And so, well, I'm okay. I'm driving her crazy though. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna go do this. I start clearing out the shop. Because at first I just been hustling. Like, you could hustle and make money, but if you stop making money because you don't have a place set up to make money. You know what I'm saying? And so we started doing the shop. Remember, I've been in the shop for at least a year. I hadn't paid no rent in the shop at all. And so I just came in, everything just falling in place for me because now I got a 10,000 square foot shop that I ain't been paying no rent on. I've been making money out of, been hustling out of, doing all the Facebook marketplace stuff, buying all the furniture sets, buying all the appliances. This is where I was doing it at. We wasn't doing that little ass house we was in.
Right.
And so I've been doing it here. And so when I found this place, I'm like, all right, we're going to work on this place now. And so we got it together, spent months getting it together because it was bad. It needed months to put it together. And I sold my first set of pallets and I made my money. I made all the money back I had spent clearing the shop out for that month or a month and a half, and all the money I put into it. So I didn't make any money, but I broke even for the labor I was paying out. So it covered itself and covered all my expenses that I acquired that month and a half. And then I went back, I bought another load, and I just never turned back. But the moment I seen it, I walked in that man's warehouse. I said, I'm never not doing this again. This is it. This is what I do for a living now.
Yeah.
Right? And so, boom, it went crazy. And that's probably, let's say, it's March. I did all April. So May, I'm coming back to get pallets. So very beginning of May 1st or the 4th or something like that, my auction closed. I got my money back. I went and got some more stuff. I sold everything fast as hell. And then I got my first load like May 12th. I bought half a truckload. As much stuff as it was a full truckload though.
Oh, okay.
And never turned back. I was buying stuff on Equipbid too, like from when I was buying on Marketplace and selling on Marketplace. I was buying from this auction called Equipbid. And what happened was I ended up started selling on Equipbid once I started getting the stuff. And I was making a killing. And so that's when Diana came to help. Because, you know, it's COVID. Nobody got no job right now, nothing.
Right.
She came to help. And she was like, Mike, you need to start your business. Get your LLC, set up your whole tax structure, everything, right? We'll do it next month. We made like $24,000 in 4 days. She said, boy, you going to the feds. Because she was like, you know, what's my thing?
You got to pay the government.
Yeah. So what's my thing? If I ain't going to prison.
Right.
Or I ain't getting
in danger.
Danger of being killed. It ain't that bad. Where you going to the feds? Feds? Real jail?
Yes.
That's prison. They ain't even jail.
Yes.
Okay. Let me go ahead and set this up. And from June, my New Year's resolution for the 2020 anyway was I want $100,000 in the 6-pack. I did not get the 6-pack. I did get the $100,000.
6-pack?
Yes.
Or a 6-pack.
No. I'm gonna have this money. I'm gonna be fucking sexy while I'm doing it.
Have you ever had a 6-pack?
Yes.
Okay.
But not in 2020. It got bad in 2020. Bro, I couldn't go to a gym, couldn't do nothing. I haven't been the same since 2020. So 2019, I didn't have like the 6-packs that I wanted. But I have been, so what happened was I went to the gym, I was scrawny. I used to be like 135, 140 pounds. Scrawny.
That's how much I weigh now.
Right. And so scrawny. So 2016, 17, 18, 19, I went from 130, I put on 60 pounds in 3 years. Right? But I had never really cut. I'm just like, man, you see these big ass arms, you can see definition of my legs. I'm like, but I want to cut. So I'm going to cut. So in 2020, I didn't do no cutting. It wasn't no gym. I couldn't go play basketball. The tennis course was closed. Like, every activity I like to do was all done. So in 2020, I came in all hype, discovering certain parts of liquidation, the whole 9 yards. I'm about to go crazy. Oh, I found store liquidation too.
Oh.
In the beginning of 2020. So I bought out Gymboree and I bought out Payless, right? And then I had the hotel liquidation in the very beginning of the year. I found pallets. I'm like, oh, this liquidation. I'm about to go crazy. I'm about to have a 6-pack of 100
Did you find that from the Product 101?
No.
How did you find Payless and Gymboree?
I went into a store because Stage was working at the mall, and they was closing out, and they had 80% off the clearance. So it was free. If it's $20 and now it's $5, you want 80% off the $5.
Right.
It's free, bro.
Okay.
Give me everything. So the dude was like, wait a minute, hold on, come here. You buy our stores? I sure can.
Ain't bought out of one store.
I ain't never even heard of buying out no stores. I just thought they closed and sent their merchandise somewhere else. I don't know. You know, they can buy our stores. I can.
Who was he?
He's a liquidation specialist.
Oh, so he
goes around and closes stores for a living.
Wow.
And I come in and I bought a ton of stuff. And then the next day I come in, I bought a ton of stuff. So I'm like, it's about to be summer. And I'm buying all these summer clothes for all these little kids. Right. They mama's about to be spending that bag with me. You know what I'm saying?
Seriously.
It's a flip. And that's what I be doing.
If there's one thing a kid is going to do, they're going to
tear out some clothes. They're going to grow out them clothes. Exactly. And they're going to appreciate them clothes. And you're going to keep on getting them dressed.
And then you get them for cheaper.
And so I'm like, boy, look. What I was doing, I said, yo, I got $300 worth of clothes for $100. I was going crazy. So I left. I spent all my money back. I went back the next day, and it was cheaper the next day. I'm like, oh, shit. Give me all of this.
Stop hitting me.
I'm sorry. And I was like, okay, well, now it's cheaper. I'm going to take all this, right? And
Did you stay in contact with the guy?
I hadn't even met him yet. And so
I thought he was. Oh, you hadn't.
Not yet.
Okay, got you. Okay.
And so the next day is 95% off. Like, I'll take everything in here.
Give it all.
He said, wait a minute. What's your name, sir? Michael. Nice to meet you. And can't remember his name now. I got it on my phone. I can't remember which one it is, so I don't want to say the wrong name.
Yes.
I can't remember which one it is now. But he's like, nice to meet you. He said, would you like to buy another one? Yes, I would.
As a matter of fact.
Yes, as a matter of fact. So I went to what is it? Lake of the Ozarks. I bought out that Gymboree. I went to Columbia. I bought out that Gymboree. I went to the one on 119th. I bought out that Gymboree. The one at Overland Park and another one. He was like, "Oh, bro, yeah, cool." And so, and then right there, so I got Payless. I'll take all of them. I'm gonna start with all the champion shoes though, because champion was getting hot. It was on fire. Right. All the champion shoes. Right. So I took all of those, and then I found Pallet Flipping out the next month, and then the world shut down. So that 6-pack and 100 bands was looking real skimpy. I'm like, I can't even go to the gym.
Right.
Bro, couldn't even go to the gym. Nope. Yeah. And so I'm like, and I created a habit of really going to the gym because that's where I gained all my weight at. I gained from 2016 to 2019. That's when I gained all that weight, like being in the gym for real. 2015, 16 is when I gained the most. Over the next 3 years, I probably gained like 10 pounds. My problem with how my body build is, I wasn't built to be 200 pounds. Yeah. And so I kept on maxing out at 190 because I needed to eat a lot more or take some steroids. And I wasn't doing either one of them. So I couldn't build like I wanted to. But then when the world shut down, I'm like, I'll just lean out. But I realized I'm not going to work out at home. And now I'm at home all the time. I'm eating. Oh, bro, that's when I found out I love food for real. I'm like, oh my God, this is so good.
Ain't no way you spending $5,000.
But you're supposed to love that food. Okay. But like, I'm just eating regular stuff. I'm like, this is amazing. I love it here. I'm just eating it. I'm losing weight, eating like crazy, getting fat. Losing my mind. And so I was just like, well, I'm leaving. And so I started hustling, and everybody else in the world is shut down. I'm like, I'm not shut down. I'm hustling, I'm selling. Everybody's loving buying from me because I'm the only person selling anything.
Mm-hmm.
And bro, that's when the auction came through. All the restrictions on COVID, we barely made it through, but we got through.
Mm-hmm.
And then later that year, the electronics came in July.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first time getting electronics.
Mm-hmm.
And so the dude was like, oh no, my barber, my friend is a barber. He called me. He said, dude, got some electronics. You want some stuff? So I pull up. He gone. I'm like, dang. I said, tell him. That's how you see him. I buy everything. Because they were selling it cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I buy everything they got. That's my pitch for everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whether I'm ready to or not. But I always eventually get everything for real. So I'll buy everything. I got a little money too right now. You know, I ain't paying no bills. You know what I'm saying? I got a few bands to play with now. I got like 7,000-8,000. I'm like, I can swing some stuff.
Right.
So dude come through, I found him. He's like, you take everything I got. It was like $3,400. Made $7,000 in 2 days. I'm like, bro, I literally just made $3,800 of profit in 2 days.
Right.
I love it here. I'm going to continue to do this. And the auction going crazy. We doing $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. We doing like $25,000 a week in the auction.
Dang.
Yeah, right. And then I'm hitting this dude, and sometimes I make $3,000-$4,000. Sometimes I make $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. It just depends. But I'm always hitting a lick with him like twice a week. He just coming through with the electronics, just coming through with them. Like, bro, I had to talk to him like, yo, listen. The lows that be looking good, he be excited about. He be hitting me over the head. I don't make no money. It be ones he don't be excited about, and then he be like, all right, give me $3,000, $4,000 for it. I'll double my money and some change. I'll be spending $10,000. I'll be making $2,000 in profit. I'll be like, bro, I'm like, yo, listen. Supposed to be making more money if.
Right.
So we ended up working that out. We went crazy. July, I think we did $50,000 in profit. August, but you still got to cover your expenses. So
right.
Profit before expenses. August, 79,000, pretty much in profit. And the expenses ain't that bad. September, this is me personally, because see, I'm paying everybody though. And so me personally, my goal was to have $100,000 by September 22nd, 2020, first day of fall, right? And I had $80,000. Like personally.
A win is a win.
A win is not a win.
That's a win.
I feel you, right? If I had 60, I think I might have been okay.
Wait, what?
Because I had 80. 80 was too close to 100. So now I'm losing my mind. I'm walking around. I'm stomping around the house, slamming doors, telling Tasia, y'all better eat the motherfucking noodles in there.
We're going to have to censor that out.
I can't cuss on here?
I don't know. I don't know if the kids are watching.
I'm telling y'all gonna eat them noodles. We ain't buying nothing at the grocery store. I survived on less. You feel me?
Everybody is suffering.
Everybody, I'm on fire. Cause see, my whole thing was shoot for the moon. You know what I'm saying? So like, just aim too high. Even if you fail, there's success in your failure. Right? That's the whole logic behind setting these big goals. Right. So if you shoot for 100,000 and it's September and you got $40,000 or $50,000, you did good. You know what I'm saying? But what if you got like 120, 130? Then you realize you undersold yourself. You know what I'm saying? So you learn about yourself like no, I could, like, it's too big to hit, but then you almost hit it. You're like, wait a minute. So me, I'm $20,000 away from the 100. And so now I'm upset because now I'm thinking about the times we went out to eat. now I'm thinking about that watch I think got Tasia. Now I'm on fire.
Think about all the expenses.
Everything. I'm on everything.
And watch back.
You know, I still ain't paying no bills.
So you wanted $100,000 in the bank.
I wanted $100,000 for myself. I was gonna go to the bank, take it out so I could touch it. I wasn't gonna leave the bank with it. But I wanted to have $100,000. I want to touch $100,000 because that's crazy. I ain't never touched it. I've made $100,000 every year my whole life, but making $100,000 and having $100,000, two way different ball games.
Definitely.
And so I'm just like, I want to touch my. It's not enough to see it. I want to touch my 100,000. Banks don't even have that kind of cash on.
They're like, Mr. Reed.
We get to that, but and so I'm going around, I'm stomping around, I'm upset, I'm having an attitude. Taja's like, shut the hell up and get out of my face.
Right. Me too.
Mr.
I'm like,
$80,000.
right.
I ain't never had $80,000. Shut up. I want to hear nothing from you. Miss, I need a $500 watch. Look, I'm on fire, okay? I'm just because I was so close to my goal, and just I failed my goal. So to me, there's success in my failure, but being that close to me was a failure because I should have been more disciplined. I should have been this. I should have been that. The whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
And then over the next 3 days, I made $20,000. On September 25th, I got $100,000.
Boom.
Tasia like, you gonna stop being a bitch? Sorry, y'all. And I was like, nope, because I should have had it on the 22nd. But I do feel a whole lot better. And so we run it up. And so it took me from January 1st to September 25th to have my first $100,000. 7 days later, I had another $100,000. I made $100,000 the next week. Did
you use that $100,000 to?
No, I had a whole nother play lined up.
Oh, okay.
I had 2 plays lined up from all the stuff I had been sitting. I just sold everything, and I made $100,000
for you,
for me,
after paying everybody and
everything in 7 more days. So that's
you did your taxes, right?
I almost threw up.
Okay.
That was the first year they told me.
We don't know if the feds watch.
The feds can watch. As much money, y'all, as much money as I'm gonna get y'all. I want to slap Uncle Sam in the mouth. Cause if it's my Uncle Sam, I might.
Uncle Sam.
If you pose him as Uncle Sam, I'm gonna slap him in the mouth. I paid so much in taxes because my first tax bill from 2020. They told me because first off we started the business.
And you had already made your LLC.
Yeah, we had did all this. Okay. So we had did it, and I think it was July 1st when everything went into effect.
Oh yeah, because she was like,
because in June she's like, you going to jail. I'm like, no, I don't want to go to jail. Not real jail. That's crazy. And speeding ticket jail. Come get me. But jail, like for tax evasion,
right?
I'm cool. I don't want no problems. I got to Google. You can get like 18 years for tax evasion. I'm like, oh wow, no, I can't go to jail for 8-10 weeks, let alone years. No, right. I can't do it. And so I ain't the way to tell on. I'm the whole culprit by myself.
Right.
I can't do it.
They be like,
I'm like, Diana did it.
I always have this thing like, they couldn't take me to jail. I'm too little, but they will take you.
You are not too jail. You're not too little.
They will take you to jail.
And so, but no. So my first tax bill was $144,000. Yeah, that's why I almost threw up. I'm on the phone with my accountant, and it's November. So listen, this what killed it. So I told you my next week, so September 25th, within the next 7 days, I made $100,000 to take home. I went on to make $488,000 in October at like 40% margins. So I made another $220,000
for you to take home.
Yeah, damn near. That's what my business made. And so she's like, yo, after the payroll, after this and after that, and you owe $140 something thousand in what? In taxes.
Pennies?
How can I get rid of that? Because I don't want to. Well, I'll be seeing all these. This tax loop. This tax loop. This tax loop. Right. This tax loop. Don't pay no taxes. Buy this. Get where my advice at. So like that's tax planning, and we didn't plan for you to make like in profit $500,000 in freaking 5 months. Nobody starts a business that does that kind of money, which is understandable, I guess. But she's like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna buy this and this and this and this. So I ended up giving myself a $50,000 bonus, which didn't make me feel no better because I gave myself $50,000 and they took like $20,000 in taxes.
Right.
I'm like, hold on. I gave Diana a $10,000 bonus. I gave Kevin a $10,000 bonus. I gave Hope and Hope and Azrael $5,000 bonus. I gave everybody else $2,500 bonuses, so I can get rid of all of the money. And if I gotta get rid of it,
give it to them.
I'm gonna give it to my people.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Uncle Sam or them. So I gotta give it to my people. Then I still owed a bunch of money in taxes because I think it was like $60,000 I still owed. So I would have spent $25,000 on a brand new forklift. I got it in December 24th, right? And they was closing down. So we received the payment for the thing. Because I wasn't even going to be able to catch them the rest of the year. I went to Crown and got that, and I bought a fork.
That's the day before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bought a pallet jack that was $4,000. One of my automatic Crown pallet jacks. And then I bought another pallet jack from Uline that was another $4,000. So I spent another $30,000 or another $35,000. I ended up having to pay $12,000 in taxes.
After all of that.
Well, I didn't want to spend none of that money. I wanted my money. Uncle Sam like, nah, player. Just spend it and lose it.
You owe us that.
So, man, that was sickening. So in 2021, I sent everybody to real estate school. Because the auction platform is not doing the best no more. They didn't let too many people on. Everybody got the same lows because the people who got the auction platform,
it was 9:30.
Is selling the lows to everybody else. And what's happening now is I'm not making as much money. On the auction, you don't get to choose what it sells for.
Right.
And with everybody closing the same day you own, and then having a lot of the same stuff you have, you losing money. So I'm making money still, but it's not nowhere near. So I was like, I was going into real estate when all this happened.
Yeah.
All right, y'all, send everybody to real estate school. We made a killing, make our fat, and then we'll just skate. We out of here, right? I'll sell stuff on the side because I'm always sell stuff, but
yeah,
we out of here. So I didn't make no money in December because we closed half the month of December, and I gave everybody those bonuses, and I paid them full time while they were gone too. And we took 2 weeks off in December, then we took 2 weeks off in January. And so boom, there was that. February we came back, made some money, but it wasn't enough for me. And then the electronics was gone, so I'm not happy. And so that's February, but I still kicking with Tasia the whole 9 yards. And then March, we're coming out there. Cause see baby Elani.
Yes, my little baby.
And so I'm coming to see my baby. I ain't know she's my baby yet. She definitely ended up being my baby. So I'm coming to see my baby. And Tasia's like, I tell Tasia, I'm like, we ain't going. She said, okay. And then she went and bought the tickets. And then she was like, all right.
I had to come.
We had to come.
Y'all had to
I be being emotional about my bread. And so I'm like, I ain't coming. Ain't nobody going. We ain't spend that money. Because I'm trying to keep my bread. First off, that tax bill ruined my whole demeanor about everything. $140,000. I don't want to talk about it no more. We know. And so between that and then not making no money December and January, I'm out of here. I don't want to come and do nothing. I ain't got the electronics neither, which was making a huge part of, not a huge, it was a pretty significant chunk of the money. We're probably talking about at least 40% of what I was making was coming from the electronics. So like with that being on and this being slower, like I'm down 50%, 60%.
Yeah.
And so I ain't coming. Tasia like, boy, we going. We got plenty of money. We'll figure it out. And so we come and we stay in the whole 9 yards and we have a ball. And then I get my first load when I'm selling pallets. So we got down there with the 5th.
Of March.
Yeah. And so we got down there the 5th and we stayed to the 15th, right? On the 11th, I got the load. And so remember, I was up here answering all the messages and answering all the questions. My phone was going crazy. I'm getting 100 messages a day. Like I'm going nuts right now, right? First day we did, skip the first day. from March 12th to the, is it 31 days or 30 days in March? Whatever.
January, February, March. 31.
31. Okay, so 31 days in March, so from the 12th to the 31st. Remember, we close every Sunday and Monday. We made $96,000 and like 40% profit margins. That's March. So from the 1st to the 30th or whatever, April, we make $149,000. Then May, we make $179,000. We're supposed to close in June. Remember, my whole family. Remember, I just walked away from this duplication, and my family was like, "Dude, don't do that. This and that." And then, I have a year where I make after taxes like $290,000 the first year I'm in business, right? To take home, like that's a good year, for anybody at any time. But for your first year, your half a year in business, come on, bro. Yeah, they was like, you cannot quit this. Under no circumstance. I'm like, I'm out of here. We quit.
Because you were going into real estate. Yeah.
And then, so, my firm belief is this. I can go anywhere, make $150,000 to $250,000 a year, first year. Any profession, anything, anywhere. You can drive me any spot on this planet. I can make that kind of money. I'll just figure it out. It might be slow at the beginning, but I'll figure it out. And we're gonna ball. I have that faith now. I did it, and I'm just like, okay, I got it. I see the problems. I saw the problems. I can do it. Yeah. And so I'm just like, we can go into real estate. I'll do that. And then we'll build generational wealth because I'll be acquiring properties. That's the whole goal anyway. Right? Makes sense. And then we had these 3 months. I made like $148,000 for me to take home. We're only 3 months in. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not stupid. I don't think I can go anywhere and in the first year at any time make, $500,000-$600,000. That's crazy to think. Like, I got confidence, baby, and I'm gonna go do my thing, and I'm gonna always be okay, no matter what happens. Okay, but to think I'm gonna go in real estate next year and make $600,000-$700,000 might be a little crazy. Right. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it might be a little off the wall. Okay. And so my whole team was like, all right, we know you was gonna walk away from this 6-figure business, but the 7-figure business. So I was like, okay. So first 6 months we do $1 million. The next 6 months we do, what is it? Like 700,000 some change. So we do 1.7 in 12 months. So now we're in March 2022, and now it's starting to slow down. So I opened up Dallas. Dallas is bringing me extra $5,000 to $8,000 a month for myself. I'm not there. I go down there. I stay there once a week. But it pretty much run itself. I make an extra $5,000 to $8,000 a month without having to really go to work. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then Kansas City is slowing down though, right? And so I'm like, what should have happened right there? I spent a ton of money trying to save Kansas City. I shouldn't have did that because I was supposed to go into real estate. Right? Why are you prolonging this? So every time I don't do what I know I'm supposed to do, God whoop my ass. Be like, all right, knucklehead. Right. And so, And so we ended up having to shut down Dallas. I got to take that big old L in Kansas City. But in the midst of all that, we caught a whole bunch of electronics again. And then I just ran up a few $100,000 fast after taxes. So no problem. And so we took a while to consolidate down. Dallas killed us because of the bad deal. They got over on us. Like, they gypped us off bad. Like, they sold us 15 truckloads of furniture. They packaged it as you got to take everything in one place because it's all out of order, but you got to do it, right? Yeah. I'm like, okay, for 15 truckloads at this price, what is supposed to be, which was some amazing stuff. I might add, like, crazy. We would have made a killing if any of it would have went together.
That's jacked up.
Jacked up, right? So 15 truckloads of stuff that just don't go together. Dang. All missing at least one box. I'm like, bro, this is sick. So we took a $56,000 L on that, but right before that we got robbed. So that's a $30,000 L, 30 something thousand, and then so we had to close it down. But they was like, you got to take all of it. I'm like, dude, we got 15 trucks. You told us it was 15 trucks. First off, all these trucks is packed way past what it should have been. We got the equivalent of like 25 trucks here. Right? It was like, you ain't even got a third.
And nothing matched?
Nothing. They said, you ain't got a third of it. I said, first thing first is, you could have gave it to me for free and paid for the shipping to me. If you would have told me that it was the equivalent of 50 plus trucks, I would have never took it.
Right.
I just don't have the manpower. I don't have the team. I don't have the facility.
Right.
I don't have the square footage. I don't have the power. I'm nowhere near prepared to take that on. And that's coming from a guy who be taking stuff on. I drive my team crazy because I'm like, we figure it out. I know we can't figure that out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Any other time, I don't care how you feel. We just figure it out. We'd be okay. But that is crazy. I can't take 50 trucks. Even if I spread them across Kansas City and Dallas, I just cannot take that many. I just don't have nothing even close to resembling the space or the manpower to make that work. And so we got on that, and then having to get rid of it because I tried to sell it. But I wouldn't be dishonest. My whole team was like, man, we're going to somebody got to take this L. I'm like, bro, I'm not going to just pass the L. Yeah. One of the reasons I make all this freaking money so I can do what the heck I want to do. And I ain't got to not do nothing I don't want to do. And I ain't got to never been on my morals. You know what I'm saying? Nothing.
Yeah.
I don't get over on people.
Yeah.
Under no circumstances.
Yeah. Even
when I'm about to lose this kind of money. And so I was telling people about it, whole 9 yards. Some people came and looked, and they was like, nah, I can't do nothing. So it cost me $25,000 to dump it. It cost me $25,000 to break my lease. It cost me, so that was another $50-something thousand plus the $56,000. So I'm at $115,000 plus paying help. So I might be close to $120 plus a $30,000 L I took right before all of that happened when they broke in. They broke in, ripped the doors off, tore the garage up.
So you had to pay for all that?
Bro, everything. So I'm like, bro, Dallas, I'm out of here. I'm not there enough to be putting up with this. And then came back here because I went down to Dallas, was down there 3 weeks. And then came back here, they robbed me for everything I had down here. I'm like, boy, this is crazy. I'm like, well, that's that.
The Lord,
real estate it is.
Like, I'm taking all this.
Real estate, like, boy, you can keep on doing that nonsense, don't even trip. And so I'm going into real estate because I'll do my same thing. But man, I ain't worried about it because I already got my place set up. I got connections. What's today? August 3rd. I'll make $200,000 for the year's over. After taxes to bring home. Like, so I'm not even worried about it, but that's good having that faith and having my people and being able to do that. Yeah. And then I can make an extra $10,000-$15,000 a month on the side. I can work weekends and make $10,000-$15,000 a month. Just because I know how to sell. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just really ready. So
the warehouse, we shutting that down. You shutting that down?
No, I still have Kansas City. I don't think I'm gonna. I got rid of the first floor, so I got rid of half the space I had in Kansas City. I keep the fourth floor. First off, the rent is a fourth on the fourth floor. The first floor was a prime, and so I was paying 3 times the amount of the fourth floor. So I got rid of that. Got rid of Dallas. And a whole bunch of other stuff, consolidated down, sold some stuff off, liquidated some stuff, everything.
All right, we back.
All right, we're back live.
Okay.
What other questions you got?
So we talked about obstacles. We've talked about your background.
A little bit.
Let me do that over again because I stood up. So we talked about your obstacles. We talked about a little about your background. We talked about the now. So what was the future looking like for you?
The future is more management because what I realized is some of my goals were getting in the way of living how I wanted to live. Which seems counterintuitive, but they literally were counterintuitive with each other. One of my goals was to just make enough money to never have to manage money. But what I was realizing is that I'm spending way too much money on stuff that, like, maybe it's because I got everything now, or a lot of it now.
Okay, just making sure our mics are still on.
That I could be investing more. So what I realize is these big old runs. I mean, I got stuff that I've invested in. I got properties I've invested in. I got a stock portfolio and the whole 9 yards, right? But how come my stock portfolio? So 2020, I paid that tax bill. 2021 and 2022, right? And decent tax bills. But how come my stock portfolio is smaller than my tax bills? I could have paid those tax bills, had a stock portfolio that was at least equal to those tax bills, and lived exactly how I was living. You know what I mean? Why didn't I invest that money? So now I'm like, okay, I had to be more intentional. Now I was investing $1,500 a week. I was being intentional with investing, but when you make $50,000 a month, investing $6,000 don't cut it when your cost of living is $6,000.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm investing as much as my cost of living, but boy, I'm having a blast at everything else. I'm spending $15,000 a month traveling. Why am I spending more traveling a month than investing? Why am I spending more traveling a month than investing and my cost of living? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so don't get me wrong, because we was enjoying the travels, and still to this day. But is it that necessary? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it is that necessary, okay, I can spend it, but I need to at least make my investments more of a priority at things like this. I need to, like, bought real estate, but why didn't I buy a ton of real estate? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why don't I have 100 units right now? Like, okay, yeah, stock portfolio is okay, but like, I can have 5 times as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Easily.
And still wouldn't have taken away from the travels or taken away how I live.
Right.
But no, I'm spending $20,000 on jewelry. I'm spending $10,000, $15,000 every single month traveling. Because even if I don't spend it, Taja's spending it because she going out traveling. I mean, we having a blast. Everything is taken care of. We're driving what we want to drive. But I'm gonna be more intentional and actually manage money. So I think now we'll do like maybe 15 grand a month from this point on, and that'll be our cost of living and our traveling. So if we can't travel this month, we just don't travel this month. And but another thing is, so traveling is hard because we got so many kids,
right?
And they be, boy, it's a ton of them. So you know, you got to take 4 kids. You're paying 6 plane tickets. You just spent a couple $1,000 already, and then you need an Airbnb because hotel is just too little. So now we get a decent Airbnb, 3 bedrooms. You know what I'm saying? And gone for a week, and now we just spent another couple $1,000 easily. Then we got to get a big rental because we need something that can drop all the kids in at one time.
Car seats,
couple $1,000 a week again. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, okay, it makes sense. But we do our splurging. We do all the activities and excursions and stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be as extravagant. And because of another thing too, like, think about it. Like, we went to Puerto Rico. We decided on Tuesday that we wanted to go to Puerto Rico. On Wednesday, we decided we was going this weekend. You know, plan some trips, bro.
Right.
Like, all my trips are like that.
Right.
Only trip I planned was a Dubai trip, and that was what, 5 weeks in advance.
A Dubai trip 5 weeks in advance.
Yeah, we did everything. Skydive, the world's deepest pool, scuba diving. I broke my damn ACL.
Yes. Tore my
ACL. Went skiing. Rode the dunes. Was in the Arabian desert. Went to the tallest building in the world. All kind of stuff. Rode camels, went to the beach, skydived over the palm. I had a ball. 5 weeks in advance, it wasn't that bad. You know. They could have called me, like, you want to go to Dubai tomorrow? Maybe.
Right.
So, you know, but just trying to be better with that. But the main focus now is going to be real estate. And the reason the main focus now is going to be real estate is because there's a ton of businesses now. You can make a lot of money. And I want people to take advantage of that. But the tried and true, the most millionaires, the most billionaires is what? Real estate and the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
More real estate than the stock market, but the ones who get the money, they keep the money in the stock market, right? And so my kids, 18 to 25, got to be real estate agents. They got to learn the game. They got to understand the game, got to understand how to identify deals. And how do I know they being 100% true to that? How do I know they being the best that they could possibly be if I'm not in the game like that? Mm-hmm. And so I'm about to get into the game. Next year, that's going to be my main focus. Mm-hmm. Second main focus, because Flippers Paradise is going to be my main focus. Because that allows me to help people. Yeah. And if I can do anything for free in this whole world, I teach. Mm-hmm. So if I can teach people and help people make their life better, I do that for free all day long. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But since it's valuable, I'm going to get paid for it. But so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take all of that money and invest it in real estate and stock market. So I'll live off of the real estate checks and whatever I acquire through my portfolio. And then everything from Flippers Paradise, 50% stock market, 50% real estate. 100% not spent on me at all. Okay. So like that's my biggest thing. And then, because like I said, me and my daughter was talking about it today. Because 18 to 25, you got to be a real estate agent. Because if you don't make no money, what's your life going to be? Hard. Exactly. It's going to be hard. Yeah. And you do what you got to do until you do what you want to do. But you have to do what you have to do. Yeah. It's just not a choice. And so I need for her to be successful enough and build a real estate portfolio strong enough by herself to at least the bare minimum is to cover how you would like to live. So rent or mortgage, probably going to be mortgage because she's going to be used to being an owner anyway. And your bills. So at least the utilities in the house and hopefully insurance. And then you can go to work for like your car payment and stuff like that. So I want her to at least have that foundation so that I think it increase your quality of life. If you want to be a teacher, and I think the average wage for a teacher in Kansas City or Missouri, it might not be just Kansas City, it's like $42,000 a year. Low. Which is, that's pretty low. You know what I mean? But if you want to be a teacher for $42,000, but you already making $60,000 from your real estate portfolio, then you can be a teacher. You can do what you love. You can buy the extra supplies your kids need without having to worry if you're going to make rent. You know what I'm saying? It gives you the freedom to do what you want, do what you need. You know what I'm saying? Now chase your passions, baby. But all my kids got to do that first. And they can stay here till they're 25. They can live under my house and under my roof, rent free, utility free, food free, everything for till they 25. After they 25, probably still the same, but we're going to be working. Right. From like 16 to 25, they're going to have 10, 11 years working toward whatever their goals are. And that's the only way. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of people fail their kids by not guiding them. Yeah. But a lot of people can't lead by example. Right. Do what I say. But what made it trigger for me was, if I could go back and do it all over again, what would I do? Right. Well, easy answer. I can't go back. So I can't do it all over again. So I got to do what I need to do now. But I can tell my kids what to do so that they don't have to regret that. Right. So how the saying go? Don't give your kids everything you always wish you had. Teach them everything you always wish that you needed to know. You know what I mean? Like all the knowledge, like I wish I would have knew this. Teach them that. Don't give them everything you never had. Right. You know what I'm saying? They won't appreciate that. Right. But,
all right. Well, thank you so much for talking to me at Here's What I Stand For. Now you know his story. If you want to follow him, he's going to be tagged in the link below. So, yeah.
Man, just tap in. Here's What I Stand For. I gotta love it. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure y'all support. It's nothing but love, nothing but good vibes. Everything you need.
Exactly.
So
we ran out of time on the camera, so
we ran out of time on the
We're doing this on the phone. The memory card.
She gonna edit that out.
Yes. I'm gonna keep that
in. All right, but love y'all. Look out for your people. That's the message I want to leave with y'all. And look out for my people too. because I don't look out for y'all.